Hey cunts, welcome to another Lightning review where today we're here to talk about the latest and greatest in PS5 exclusives, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. I've been waiting for this game for so long. We haven't had a proper Ratchet title in the mainline series since like the PS3. I'm hoping that now that we have this and it's been successful, we get another fucking Jak and Daxter game. Like Naughty Dog, you're not gonna fucking do anything with it. Let Insomniac do it. I don't even know if that's their decision, but fucking get on it. Back to Ratchet & Clank, since that's the topic of this video. Being a PS5 exclusive, everyone's probably wondering, does it show off what the PS5 can do? I can safely say, yes it fucking does. The visuals are absolutely top notch, and the loading times are just insane. I think there was only really one time I closed this game fully when I was playing it, but when I did, loading back into the game was just instant. Fucking crazy. So I played on the Performance RT mode. I think by default it's on Performance or Fidelity or something like that, but I changed it to Performance RT just for a bit better frame rate. And I don't think I really noticed it drop below 60 very often. And if it did, it wasn't noticeable at all. And being such a good looking game, I also found myself using the photo mode a lot. I'll put up some screenshots I took here because the amount of customization you can do in the photo mode is ridiculous. There's extra lighting, there's unlockable frames, there's stickers, there's all fucking sorts of shit. And also there's unique poses you can do for both Ratchet and Rivet. Not only just for each character, but also for all of the different guns as well. And that brings me to the arsenal in this game. God damn, it's good. There's the usual, blaster and bomb glove type weapons, which are actually both new in this game as well. But there's also one gun I want to mention in particular, the Enforcer, which is like this crazy double barrel revolving barrel gun thing. It's sort of like the Blitz Cannon from Ratchet & Clank 2, but just the way it shoots, the feedback on the controller, the shells flying out, it's just ridiculous. It's worth mentioning there's also a lot of returning weapons, but there's two in particular that come as part of the New Game Plus challenge mode, but I won't spoil those. You definitely need to check those out yourself. And going back to what I said about the DualSense controller, it really does enhance the experience with this game. I would recommend not touching the haptic settings because there are options to turn it off or down, but I would recommend leaving it stock standard. The haptics are super tight, like there's just walking. You feel haptics in the controller. Everything that happens, the trigger clicking as always, it really does enhance the experience. I can't put it any other way. And going back to the Enforcer, how I said what you're firing is essentially a double barrel shotgun. With that haptic feedback, it's just something you need to fucking experience. Back on the topic of weapons, one thing that sticks from Ratchet & Clank 2016 is the weapon leveling and upgrading. And what I mean by that is the hexagonal sort of upgrade tree sort of thing for each weapon, and as you upgrade you get bigger upgrades and all sorts of shit like that. And that was actually one thing I thought Ratchet & Clank 2016 did really well, so I'm happy to see it return here. Not only is the base game itself just super fun to play, upgrading your weapons also just adds another whole layer on top of that. The armor system in Rift Apart is also really nice and adds a level of customization we haven't really seen in a Ratchet game before, or that I can remember anyway. There's a ton of different sets you can find just in the overworld for doing puzzles and shit like that, and each set is actually modular. So you can mix and match different helmets, chest pieces, and leggings. With the added ability to be able to also customize the color palette for each armor piece, it adds this system where you can build modular armor, but color code it to be the same, so you end up with this unique, really cool looking creation. Usually in these sorts of games, I find myself sticking to one armor set that I've thought looks pretty cool, but in Rift Apart, I found myself changing my armor quite often to make these new badass looking creations that are just, it's fucking cool. I can't say anything else. The handling of multiple characters here is also really cool. I was a bit worried when I first saw that we'd be playing as both Rivet and Ratchet that there'd be some juggling of the weapon handling, like you'd have one set of weapons with one character and another set with the other character, but there's an in-universe sort of explanation for how they handle this. And on the topic of Rivet, when a secondary protagonist is introduced in a series that's as long-running as the Ratchet series, I sometimes find that the new protagonists, they sort of shove in there and it doesn't really fit. Rivet absolutely fits in with this game. It doesn't feel shoehorned at all, and I really hope she returns in future titles. The only thing, and I really want to stress that, the only thing that I found disappointing with this game was the lack of trophies relating to New Game Plus or Challenge mode. Well, technically there is one trophy locked behind New Game Plus, but it's easy to get in the first half hour, so I don't really count that. When a game hooks me like Rift Apart has, I do like a bit of a trophy hunt, and I didn't quite get that same chase that I usually do from games like this. This is a very, very minor nitpick, and it's not even to say that New Game Plus or the challenge mode isn't worth playing, because it certainly is. And another thing this game absolutely fucking nails on the head is that trademark Ratchet & Clank humor. Holy shit, there were some funny moments in this game. There were multiple times I found myself actually laughing out loud at some of the dialogue and just the shenanigans that were happening. This game is very self-aware and doesn't shy away from poking fun at itself, but not to the point where it gets annoying. And just to interject here for a second, I've seen some confusion online with where this game takes place in the Ratchet & Clank sort of timeline. A lot of people are under the impression that this is a direct sequel to the 2016 sort of reboot. It isn't. This takes place years after Into the Nexus, which was released back on the PS3. Now that we've ironed out that whole timeline issue, the story of this game opens up with Ratchet & Clank basically being in hero retirement, just like they have been in real life. And I really like how they did that. I like how in-universe they've been on a hiatus, just like they have in real life. I thought it was pretty funny. But anyway, there's a big parade celebrating Ratchet & Clank's heroics, and basically shit just snowballs from there, and you end up with multi-dimensional fucking rift-tearing shit. And I won't spoil anything, I won't go any more in-depth than that. You really need to play this game. It is an absolute must-play. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is a true console sale for the PS5, and if Sony keeps this shit up, we're in for a fucking hell of a generation, and I'm excited. Overall, for a rating though, I'd have to give this game a 9.5 gold bolts out of 10. Anyway, that's going to do me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to jump into the description and check out my Twitch channel, and also jump in Discord for further game chats. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this game if you've played it, or any excitement, shit like that. I'm always keen to hear from you guys, so jump into the comments as well. Stay safe, stay frosty, keep being mad cunts as always, and I'll catch you in the next ones. You cunts.